how are you? It's Casey with another new video. This week's video is going to be another repair video. It's not so much a repair as a changing out strings, scalp, and screws. So I received the doll from the customer a couple of days ago and I haven't been able to open it till now, so I thought, as always, it would make a great video. So we're going to open it up and see what the doll looks like. I actually haven't seen the doll. I saw the back of it. I always think it's kind of fun to get these dolls. Looks like she's stuck to something down there. I like to see other people's dolls, even though they're not mine and I don't get to keep them. It's fun to see other people's work. This is a cool little case that she's in. We could probably just slide her out without untying that. Oh, she's very cute. Ooh, I like her a lot. I don't know who the artist is. The artwork on the back is really pretty. Looks like there are some Asian characters, so I'm not sure who the artist is. I have a feeling I might know, but I don't want to say since I'm not sure, but I love that little mouth and little tiny nose. How fun to get to see this doll in person. So she wants to change out her scalp. She also said the doll didn't have any screws and that the strings need to be changed. I think that might be because they're ribbons. I don't know if the problem is that they're not changing. It looks like they're changing, but she might just want strings on them. So not much to do to take her apart, I don't think, because the screws are already out and she already looks like she's partway open. So let's open her as gently as we can. I'm not sure why she wants to change the strings. Maybe she just doesn't like ribbons. So what I like to do is take a photo of the way that the beads are done so that I can try and do it the same way. It looks like this bow though is glued on there. So let's just take a photo of that so we don't forget. Let me grab my camera. All right, and since the ribbons that she has are pink and yellow, I think we will do pink and white. I don't have a light colored yellow. I just have a darker yellow, so let's not do that. Let's do pink and white. I think that will match her a little bit better. And then the scalp that she wanted put on her is a dark brown. So let's take a look at that. And for anyone that's new to my channel or new to my shop, I have a service in my shop called Blythe Repair, and it covers pretty much anything people ask me to do. So eye chip changes, scalp changes, string changes, things like that. I also sell scalps in my shop, so if you buy the scalp in my shop, I can change it for you, which is kind of what we're doing today. This customer is going to buy the scalp, but I'm going to send the doll back with it on. She said there was no screw on the Scalp, but it looks like there is, so I'm going to take that out. The repair does cover smaller things like strings. There's no extra charge for changing the strings, but I do sell strings in my shop, so you can buy an entire spool of this type of string, which works really well for Blythe, or you can buy just a yard of it, which is nice too. So let's see what this is going to look like on her, and let's cut these strings off so that we don't have the back plate messing us up. So I actually agree with her. I think the darker does look really nice on this doll. I'm not sure though if she's going to want to trim the hair at all. But the dark looks really good because she has dark eyebrows. So I'm actually going to send a photo to the customer and make sure that that's what she wants. But let's go ahead and change her strings, and we'll put the Scalp on and put her back together for her owner. Okay, so I know we've done this a lot on this channel, but the first thing we're going to want to do is replace those strings. And to do that, if we want to replace that one that's down in there, we really have to take the mech off. It's really hard to get to it and tie a string with the mech on. So we can pull out that ribbon and cut this one off. So I noticed this artist did something a little bit different. It looks like this artist removed the bar that goes underneath the eye mechanism. So I have an eye mech here. Looks like they removed this part, and I know that a couple of people have done that before. I have never really thought of doing it, but looking at the way that this doll was painted, it looks like they sort of painted, can you see the red sort of rim around under the eye? I really like that. And without the mech down there, it looks really, really cool. So I really like the way that looks. I'm wondering about maybe trying something like that, removing that bar, because I haven't done that myself. Looks really cool. But the point is so when you look in here, you can see where it's been cut off, that bar. I don't think it's going to matter for getting the mech out, but let's see. It's always nerve-wracking to take a mech out of someone else's doll. But it's out, so you can see that bar is missing. I think that's pretty cool. I like the way they've done the eyes on this doll. Very, very cool. I don't really like the heavier dark makeup because that's not my style, but I like the way they've done the under eye part. So adding the strings. Again, I have several videos about changing strings, so you can go back and look, but in general I like to start out with them pretty long and we can trim them up later. So the first one is going to go down here, and the other end is where the knot is going to be. And you want to burn it a little bit just so it doesn't been one that was a problem. She didn't say there was anything wrong with the mech though, so I'm gonna have to check with her if that one had a hard time changing. Changing the string shouldn't affect whether the mech changes or not, so I suspect that was probably already a problem. So let's put her scalp on and we'll try it when she's all put back together. So this scalp and faceplate aren't going to match perfectly, but the one that she had on her didn't really either. So when you are changing a scalp, it's not as important if the doll has bangs, because you're not really going to see that it doesn't really match. But if you're looking for a perfect match, or you're using a scalp with no bangs, you want to look for a scalp that has a base that matches your doll the best that you can. And I have quite a few varieties in my shop with different base scalps, but again, it won't matter too much if the doll has bangs, because you're really not going to see it. So let's get it on there. I put the screw in kind of first, and then you gotta wedge your screwdriver down in there. I'm gonna make sure, so you can see that there's a difference, but it's not a huge difference. You really have to pull the hair back to see it, so shouldn't be an issue. Let's put her back together, and we'll put some screws in her because she didn't have any for some reason. I love the artwork on the back. It's so pretty. I've also never seen a neck piece like this. I'm not sure why it's modified. I think this is just a regular fake body. But maybe that's, you know, I do rubber bands around mine. Maybe that's sort of an alternative to doing that. I'm not sure. All right, let's get everything matched up. She didn't go together very well, and maybe that's why she didn't have screws and she was already kind of apart. Because this back plate doesn't seem to match the front plate either. There we go. Okay. Very cute with dark hair. I definitely like it better. So let's get screws out. So screws, another thing I sell in my shop, I sell these little packs of replacement screws. They come with all the screws you need, plus the T-bar. They're super handy to have around, especially a couple packs if you run out of things or forget. So it should have all the screws you need to put a doll together. So I'm not gonna put these on super tight because I want to make sure this is the wig that she wants and that we don't have to take her apart again. But I just want to make sure the screws are there so we don't forget to put them in. I have a hard time remembering screws for some reason. I have sent dolls off before with no screws. I'm not sure if that's what happened with this doll or if they just got misplaced. So we'll just put them in loosely so we don't forget to send them. And then let's take a picture of her for her owner and make sure that this is the wig she wants. And ask her, let's try out those eye chips or the eyes and see if they change. I'm gonna have to ask her if that was already the case because I think it's this pair. Now it's starting to change. Let's see. Okay, so that one's good. That one's good. That one's good. So it's changing, just not perfectly, but that's okay. So we're gonna check with her, send her a photo. Otherwise, this one was a pretty easy one, quick and fun to check out. I really love this doll. I wanna know who the artist is. If I can find out who the artist is from her, I'll let you know. And then the only thing we have to finish is adding the charms back to the strings, which I'm not gonna do yet because I wanna make sure first I'm not taking the doll back apart. So she has these really cute little balls, very cute charms. So anyway, sorry for a short video this week. I hope you enjoyed seeing this. Next week I think I'm gonna have a cool box opening and I'm hoping to have a doll done today, so a little show and tell. I'm almost done with a new doll, finally. I've sort of put aside those projects I'm working on, those experiments, and I'm hoping to get just a regular doll done this weekend because I haven't had a new doll. And this is that one, and it's really almost done carving. I have a little bit more I want to do in the lips and some sanding, and then we should be able to paint. So anyway, that is coming soon. Otherwise, thanks as always for watching. I'll see you guys all again next week. Bye.